Hi, I'm Pamper Chef Courtney Marchison, and I'm here today to show you how to make a butternut squash soup entirely in our Deluxe Cooking Blender. We're gonna top it with pumpkin seed granola, and this is gonna be your new go-to recipe for those cooler days when you need something warm and hearty to really win over your family. So the first thing I wanna show you guys is the difference between a serrated, or a Y peeler, as some people call it, and our veggie peeler. Some people think it's just preference, but it's actually not. They do have different functions. Our veggie peeler is great for your potatoes, your carrots, whatever you need to do a quick peel on, apples as well. The serrated peeler is going to work on really firm things, really firm skins, and really soft skins as well. So this is going to be your go-to for a ripe peach or a kiwi, but also something like a butternut squash. So people tell me they have no idea how to peel this. I don't blame you, I never did either. But it's something as simple as a really good peeler, and you can see how easy it is to take that thick peel off. So now you're not going to be wasting a lot of the peel by trying to hack it off with your knife, right? And wasting some of that flesh. So we're just going to go around and take off all of that peel. If you're gonna roast, like maybe cut it in half and just roast it straight up, you're not gonna worry too much about the peel. But this is gonna work for acorn squash, butternut squash, spaghetti squash, whatever it is you are looking to peel. I don't think people peel pumpkins whole, but it would work for that too. And then we're just gonna go right around the outside. So how fast was that? Okay, I didn't spend forever trying to get that peel off. Now, the next tricky part, when we've got to cut into it, you need a good knife. If you're trying to do this with a flimsy little knife, you're gonna end up with a sad situation. So I'm gonna be using our chef's knife for this. What I really love about this is the grip guide. As you can see it on the knife, this is gonna show you how to hold on to your knife. You wanna hold on to it holding that grip guide, so you're actually gonna be holding the blade. Okay, when you're holding it back here, it becomes a weapon in your hand. Here, it's an extension of your arm. It's gonna take some stress off your wrist and the rest of your joints, and it's gonna make it easy to slice right through your squash. Now, when we get to that seed, so we've got just some garbage there, and I should have grabbed this guy. We're gonna go ahead and use the scoop loop. So this is serrated on both ends. I know it looks like it should be a belt for a car of some sort, but it's serrated on both sides of both ends. You're gonna pick the side that you need, that's going to fit with your, whatever you're using. And I'm trying not to get it all over the counter. You're just gonna go ahead and scrape right around, and it's gonna scrape all your seeds out. So there's one swipe through, and we're just gonna clean up some of those other sides. This works really, really great for pumpkin carving. You don't have to spend hours on end with a spoon hacking up the middle there. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch ends of my scoop loop so I can get into some of those more narrow corners. And again, now we're gonna be able to use as much of the flesh as possible. We're not wasting because we're scraping out all of the flesh, trying to get the seeds out of there. And go figure, I have somebody at the door. Just gonna hope that it's pure later. And I'm not gonna go answer it. All right, so, like I said, we're gonna go back to that big knife. We're gonna take off the butt end there, just where the root is of the squash. And we're just gonna do it into some smaller cubes. It doesn't have to be perfect, just so that they're gonna fit a little bit easier into our blender. And we need, how much? 3 cups. Okay. So the lovely thing is we do have measurements right on the side of the blender. So I'm just gonna be able to toss these right in and see where we're at. So see, again, I've got control over that knife. When you're using a smaller knife and a less sharp knife, that's when you're gonna risk getting those fingers sliced off. So you want to make sure your knife is super sharp because then it's going to cut through things with ease. And when you're holding onto the blade like this, you're going to have a lot more control. Okay, don't worry about buying frozen butternut squash if it's on sale. Like it's 87 cents a pound right now. So it's super cheap. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than 3 cups. It's okay, we'll save that piece for later. So now I've got that done. I've got an onion, half an onion peeled and just cubed, and a couple, it says 2 carrots. I've just got some smaller carrots. So we're gonna add those in as well, and I've just chopped them in half so that they fit. We're gonna add 2 garlic cloves and we're gonna peel them. We're gonna pop them right in the garlic peeler, sorry. Give it a roll. And hopefully pop those out. Peeled, there's one. Second one's being stubborn. There we go, skins are off. We're gonna add our spices in. There's some ground ginger, brown sugar, salt, and cinnamon. Those are gonna go right in. 2.5 cups of water. Okay, the best part about this, oops, we've got some dried diced apple as well. How many of you are scared to make soup because it takes all day and you don't have all day? This is done. We're gonna throw the lid on. Now it does have a safety feature. This is not going to be able to turn on and engage until I lock that lid. Okay, now it shows me we're ready to go. If you can see, we're gonna just select the soup setting. We're gonna press start. This is gonna alternate between blending and boiling. It's going to cook those raw veggies, right? Everything I threw in there is raw. It's gonna cook it, it's gonna bring it up to temperature. It's gonna take about half an hour or so, which is way better than all day on the stovetop. Once it's done, we're gonna add some heavy cream. I don't have any heavy cream, but I do have some leftover coconut milk from supper last night, so we're gonna add that in. Now remember, I said if the lid is not engaged, it won't turn on. But we do have a removable cap on the top, so that lid is still gonna be engaged and we can add in those extra ingredients. So stay tuned, I'll show you what it looks like once it's done. Ready? It's gonna make my soup for me. All right, it's done. I'm gonna give it just a quick pulse so you can see how smooth this is. Isn't that insane? That went from fresh veggies to hot, cooked, and completely emulsified. Is that the right word? Immersion blendered. I didn't have to get out another pot. I didn't have to get out a hand blender. Did it for me. Okay, so this now we're gonna pop the top off. Just that one part, remember I said? We're gonna add in that half a cup of coconut milk instead of heavy whipping cream, because that's what I have. Oh my God, it smells so good. What are we doing? We're gonna pulse for 5 seconds. Soup's done. Ready for it? You're gonna see the steam pop off of here. Oh my God, guys, holy smokes, that coconut milk just brings it, that whole creaminess to a whole nother level. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, look at that. You see that consistency? Okay, wow. We're gonna top it with that pumpkin seed granola now. Call it a win. Holy smokes. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, so, best part too, I'm gonna just add that back in. There was just a little bit of the puree on the top of the lid. And you know what, I might just give it another little quick whir to make sure that that's all incorporated. Nope, stop, cancel, cancel. There we go. All right. And what's really nice is this is heavy. This is glass, which is how it's safe to get so hot. But we do have a little finger guard right here, so when we lift, we're not gonna burn our hands, and we have a little assist on the other side. So it's gonna help us to be able to lift that and do what we need with it. Pour it into your bowls, top it with that granola. Soup's on. Now that the soup's done, I've been holding off on you guys. Can you see? Is it gonna focus on that? It's not. Heated wash. Got 3 cups of water, 2 drops of soap. And a cookie thief in the background. This is gonna wash all by itself.